Have you ever done everything right, eaten healthy, exercised, swapped sodas for smoothies, and still felt something inside you isn't working the way it used to? You wake up with puffy eyes, a heavy kind of fatigue that no amount of coffee can fix. You tell yourself it's just age. But what if it's not? Because here's the truth most people never hear in time. You can lose nearly half of your kidney function without feeling a single symptom. No pain, no warning, nothing. By the time your doctor says your creatinine is a little high, the silent damage may already be years in the making. And the most shocking part, it often isn't caused by junk food or alcohol. It's hidden inside the very foods we've been told are healthy. The fruits on your breakfast table, the ones you proudly eat every morning, could be quietly flooding your bloodstream with minerals and sugars your kidneys can no longer handle. Imagine that. The very habit you thought was healing, you might be pushing you toward dialysis without you ever realizing it. But before you panic, take a breath, because there's another side to the story. Nature, in its quiet genius, also provides 4 specific fruits that do the exact opposite. 4 simple choices that can lower creatinine, calm inflammation, and give your kidneys the breathing room they desperately need to heal. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what they are, how they work, and how a small change on your plate can rewrite your entire health story. My name is Dr. Johnny, and if you care about keeping your kidneys strong for the rest of your life, this is the one message you cannot afford to skip. Most people think kidney failure happens overnight, that one day you wake up and your numbers are bad. But the truth is far quieter and far more dangerous. It starts slowly, almost politely, until one morning you realize your body feels heavier, your energy duller, your skin a little grayer. You don't notice it day to day because the decline hides inside you in every heartbeat, every glass of water, every meal you eat. Imagine your kidneys as 2 tiny coffee filters working 24/7, cleaning every drop of blood that keeps you alive. When their new water flows through freely, clear, effortless, perfect. But as time goes on, residue builds up. Each molecule of sugar, each pinch of salt, each extra chemical from a healthy packaged snack leaves a trace. That residue is called creatinine, and when it starts to rise, it's not the beginning of kidney disease. It's the result of years of quiet overload. I once had a patient named Robert. Early 60s, ate clean, exercised, never touched alcohol. One day, his routine blood test showed a creatinine of 1.8. He laughed and said, "Doc, I feel fine." 3 months later, it was 2.4. He hadn't changed a thing, but his kidneys had been whispering for years and no one listened. What shocked him most wasn't the number. It was realizing he'd lost nearly half of his filtering power without a single symptom. Science backs this up. According to the National Kidney Foundation, you can lose up to 50% of kidney function before any warning signs appear. No pain, no swelling, no alarm bells. It's like driving a car with the engine light covered by tape. The damage keeps building while you think everything's fine. That's why your creatinine test isn't just a number. It's a message your kidney's crying for help. And here's where it gets even more unsettling, because the danger doesn't always come from junk food or bad habits. Sometimes it's hiding in the very things you believe are keeping you healthy. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another, even more deceptive factor silently accelerating that damage, one most people never suspect. And this is where things get tricky, because the danger that destroys kidneys often doesn't look dangerous at all. It's not fast food, it's not soda. It's the bright, colorful fruit sitting proudly on your breakfast table. The one you eat believing you're doing something good for your body. Think about it. You peel a banana, pour a glass of orange juice, maybe add a few slices of melon, and you feel healthy. You post it online because a clean breakfast, healthy life. But inside your body, a very different story is unfolding. When your kidneys are strong, they can handle potassium, phosphorus, and natural sugars easily. But when they start to weaken even slightly, those same nutrients turn into silent weapons. Excess potassium builds up in the bloodstream like an electrical storm waiting for one wrong heartbeat to trigger chaos. High phosphorus hardens your arteries, turning flexible blood vessels into brittle pipes. And fructose, the sugar found in fruit, fans the flames of inflammation and oxidative stress inside delicate kidney tissue. I'll never forget one of my patients, Lisa, 55, marathon runner, lifelong health nut. She came to me confused. "Dr. Johnny, I eat fruit every morning. I don't touch processed food. So why is my creatinine climbing?" When we looked closer, her breakfast routine was almost the same every day. 2 bananas, a glass of orange juice, and half a melon. In a healthy person, that's fine. But in someone with early-stage kidney stress, that single meal contained more potassium than her body could safely clear. Within hours, her potassium levels would spike, forcing her heart to work harder and her kidneys to struggle even more. It was like trying to clean a flood with a sponge that's already soaked. Once we swapped her fruit choices and balanced her portions, her creatinine finally stabilized. And this isn't just anecdotal. A study published in Diabetes Care found that people with kidney disease who consumed high-sugar fruits had a 28% faster decline in filtration rate compared to those who chose low-sugar, low-potassium options. So even when your intentions are pure, the science doesn't lie. Too much of the wrong fruit can quietly fast-track kidney decline. Have you ever done that? Started your day with a healthy fruit bowl, thinking you're helping your body, but feeling bloated, tired, or oddly drained later? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. Because awareness like this can literally save lives. What this means is simple. When your kidneys are struggling, the line between healthy and harmful gets razor thin. The foods you trust can become your greatest threat unless you know exactly which ones are safe. But just knowing what to avoid isn't enough, because coming up next are the fruits that do the exact opposite. The ones that protect, heal, and even help your kidneys fight back. So if some fruits quietly overload your kidneys, which ones can actually help them breathe again? Let's start with the simplest one of all, the apple. It's so common that most people overlook it, but this humble fruit hides more healing power than almost anything else in your kitchen. Picture this: one medium apple holds just around 195 milligrams of potassium, low enough to be safe even for people with stage 3 or 4 kidney disease. Yet inside that crisp bite lies something extraordinary. The skin and pulp are rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that works like a natural magnet for toxins and excess phosphorus inside your intestines. Instead of forcing your kidneys to handle every bit of waste, pectin binds to it and carries it out through your stool. It's like giving your kidneys a backup filtration system. I once told a patient named Harold, a retired truck driver who'd spent years living on the road, to add just 1 apple a day to his routine. 3 months later, his phosphorus levels were down, his bloating disappeared, and his creatinine had dropped from 1.9 to 1.6. He didn't change anything else. "Doc," he said, "that 1 apple feels like it's doing the work my kidneys can't." He was right. Science confirms it. A study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that people who consumed 25 to 30 grams of fruit fiber daily had 23% better phosphorus control than those on low-fiber diets. And another research group reported that apple polyphenols, especially quercetin and chlorogenic acid, can reduce kidney-related inflammation by up to 35%. That means every bite isn't just food, it's therapy. Even better apples have a low glycemic index, around 30 to 40, so they release sugar, slowly protecting kidney blood vessels from glucose spikes. For anyone managing diabetic kidney disease, that's gold. A long-term follow-up of 12,000 adults showed those who ate 1 apple a day had a 19% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease. 1 apple. Every day. Consistency, not complexity, is the real magic. If you can eat it with the peel, that's where most of the antioxidants live. Slice it, sprinkle a bit of lemon juice to prevent browning, enjoy it whole. Think of it as your kidneys' daily insurance policy, simple, affordable, and proven by science. But just knowing about apples isn't enough, because the next fruit isn't just safe, it's a powerhouse so rich in protective compounds, it can actually slow kidney aging at the cellular level. If apples are your kidney's daily insurance policy, blueberries are their secret bodyguards, tiny, powerful, and often underestimated. They look delicate, but inside those deep blue skins lies one of nature's most potent weapons against inflammation and oxidative stress, the 2 forces that quietly destroy your kidneys from within. When I first met Susan, a retired teacher in her late 50s, she came into my office frustrated. "Dr. Johnny," she said, "I eat healthy. I don't smoke. I've replaced dessert with fruit. Why are my kidney numbers still going up?" Her breakfast, a smoothie packed with bananas and melons, 2 high-potassium fruits her kidneys could no longer handle. We swapped them out for half a cup of blueberries 3 to 4 times a week. 6 months later, her filtration rate stabilized. No new medication, no drastic diet, just the right fruit. She told me it feels like my body finally stopped fighting itself. That's exactly what blueberries do. They calm the storm inside. These little gems contain anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their blue color, and they're among the few antioxidants that can cross the blood-kidney barrier. That means they don't just float in your bloodstream, they reach the exact tissue that needs healing. A landmark study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that anthocyanins reduced kidney-damaging inflammatory cytokines by up to 47% in just a few weeks of regular intake. But the benefits don't stop there. Blueberries also improve insulin sensitivity, helping your body manage blood sugar more effectively. That matters because high glucose is one of the silent killers of kidney function. A nutrition research study revealed that regular blueberry consumers had 23% better long-term blood sugar control compared to non-consumers. Even blood pressure responds. Those who eat blueberries consistently can see their systolic numbers drop by 4 to 6 mmHg, which may sound small but translates into roughly a 7% lower risk of kidney disease progression over time. And here's the beauty of it: you don't need expensive powders or fancy supplements. Fresh or frozen both work. Freezing doesn't destroy anthocyanins, it preserves them. Just half a cup 3 to 5 times a week added to oatmeal yogurt or eaten on their own can make a world of difference. Now, if you've been paying attention, you've probably started to notice a pattern. The most powerful kidney healers are often the simplest, the ones hiding in plain sight. But the next fruit takes that power to another level. Because while blueberries protect your kidneys, this one can actually help them repair themselves from within. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because the next fruit doesn't just protect. It activates your body's natural repair system in a way most people have never heard of before. If blueberries protect your kidneys like silent guardians, red grapes take it one step further. They help your body turn on its own repair switch. These elegant ruby-colored fruits aren't just good for your heart. They're one of the few natural foods that can literally tell your cells to start healing. Inside their thin red or purple skins lives a molecule called resveratrol, the same compound that made red wine famous for its French paradox. But here's what most people don't realize: resveratrol doesn't just protect arteries. It activates a powerful family of proteins in your body called sirtuins, specifically SIRT1, the same longevity genes that repair DNA and reduce inflammation inside your kidneys. Think of it as flipping on your body's internal self-repair system. When your kidneys face constant stress from high blood pressure, sugar, or toxins, their cells go into defense mode. Resveratrol walks in like a mechanic for your biology, reducing oxidative stress, clearing cellular waste, and giving damaged cells a second chance to recover. One study published in Kidney International found that people with chronic kidney disease who consumed resveratrol, equivalent to a small handful of red grapes a day, improved their kidney function by 22% within 6 months. That's not a small change. That's measurable, visible recovery, all from a fruit that most people overlook. But it's not just about genes. Red grapes are also packed with polyphenols that keep your blood vessels flexible and strong. Remember, your kidneys are basically made of microscopic blood vessels. When those tiny capillaries stay supple, filtration improves blood pressure, stabilizes, and oxygen flows better through the tissues. Grapes help achieve exactly that. And here's something most people miss. Grapes are naturally hydrating, made up of nearly 84% water, but it's gentle hydration. They help your body flush toxins without overwhelming it, like chugging gallons of water might. It's a slow, balanced rinse from the inside out. Now, a small but important detail portion matters. Grapes still contain natural sugars, mainly glucose and fructose. To get all the benefits without overload, stick to about 15 to 20 red or purple grapes 2 or 3 times a week. And never peel them. The skin is where most of the resveratrol and antioxidants live. The darker the grape, the higher the potency. I often tell my patients, color equals chemistry. Deep purple or crimson grapes can contain up to 5 times more resveratrol than green ones. So the next time you crave something sweet, skip the cookies or dried fruit. Reach for a handful of fresh red or purple grapes instead. It's not just a snack, it's cellular renewal in disguise. But as powerful as grapes are, the final fruit in this lineup might surprise you even more. It's golden, tropical, and often misunderstood. Yet inside it hides an enzyme so unique that it can dissolve inflammation and help lower creatinine naturally without a single pill. But just knowing this still isn't enough, because what comes next might change how you see healthy fruit forever. If red grapes flip the body's repair switch, then pineapple is the gentle broom that sweeps away what's left behind. Bright tropical and bursting with flavor, it's often dismissed as just a sweet vacation fruit, but for your kidneys, it's nature's perfect cleansing tool. Here's why. Among all tropical fruits, pineapple stands apart for three powerful reasons. It's low in potassium, rich in healing enzymes, and acts as a natural diuretic that helps your body flush out waste without straining the kidneys. Just 1 cup of fresh pineapple has only about 180 milligrams of potassium, less than half of what you'd get from a single banana. That makes it one of the safest hydrating choices for people with early or even moderate kidney disease. But its real magic lies in a compound called bromelain, an enzyme found mostly in the fruit's fibrous core. Bromelain breaks down proteins and inflammatory debris that clog kidney tissue almost like unblocking a filter that's been jammed for years. It gently dissolves the substances that inflame your kidneys, giving them room to breathe again. A study published in Biotechnology Research International showed that bromelain supplementation reduced inflammatory markers linked to kidney disease by up to 42% while improving filtration capacity. That's science confirming what nature has quietly known all along. There's more. Pineapple is also rich in vitamin C, about 78 milligrams per cup, which shields your kidney cells from oxidative damage. Together, bromelain and vitamin C form a powerful duo. One clears the battlefield, the other protects the remaining cells from further attack. You'll notice the difference not just in lab results, but in how you feel: less swelling, lighter energy, smoother digestion, and better hydration. Unlike processed diuretics, pineapple works in harmony with your body, encouraging steady urine flow and toxin release without the crash or electrolyte imbalance. Just one important rule: always choose it fresh. Canned or pasteurized pineapple loses almost all of its bromelain. If you want the full therapeutic effect, slice it yourself and include a bit of the fibrous core. That's where the enzyme is most concentrated. Half to 1 cup 2 or 3 times a week is plenty. So the next time you crave something sweet, skip the syrupy desserts and reach for a bowl of chilled pineapple. It tastes like sunshine, but works like medicine, quietly helping your kidneys reset, recover, and recharge. But remember, even the best fruits can only do so much on their own, because the real secret isn't just eating them, it's how you use them together. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover next: the rhythm, the rotation, and the simple weekly pattern that transforms these 4 fruits from healthy foods into a true kidney healing system. If the first 4 fruits are your healing tools, the weekly rotation is the way you use them to rebuild your kidneys day by day. Because it's not about eating perfectly, once it's about giving your body the right support consistently, rhythmically, in a pattern your kidneys can trust. I tell my patients all the time, your kidneys don't need surprise diets or detox gimmicks. They need balanced, predictable cycles that keep nutrients flowing in, waste flowing out, and inflammation staying low. Think of this rotation like music. Each fruit plays a different note, but when you put them in the right sequence, they create harmony inside your body. Here's the rhythm that works. Monday and Thursday are your apple days: 1 medium apple, with the peel eaten slowly with a meal. It's your natural filter helping your body clear phosphorus and toxins gently. Tuesday and Friday, bring in blueberries, half a cup fresh or frozen, stirred into yogurt or oatmeal. That's your anti-inflammatory phase, calming the storm before it starts. Wednesday is for red or purple grapes, about 15 to 20 pieces eaten whole with the skin. That's your repair day, turning on those SIRT1 genes and supporting healthy blood flow. Then weekends, enjoy fresh pineapple, half to 1 cup, ideally chilled. That's your cleansing phase, helping your kidneys release what's left of the week's buildup while reducing swelling and fluid retention. When you rotate like this, something remarkable happens. You're not flooding your system with one nutrient while starving it of another. You're training your kidneys to work in rhythm again: rest, repair, release, repeat. Within weeks, you'll notice changes. Your energy steadies, swelling fades, your mind feels clearer. And for some, lab numbers begin to shift. Creatinine stabilizes, phosphorus lowers, GFR holds steady or even climbs. One of my patients, Mark, followed this rotation faithfully. He didn't do anything extreme, just swapped his usual breakfast for the right fruit on the right day. After 3 months, his creatinine dropped from 1.9 to 1.5. His ankles stopped swelling, and for the first time in years, he said, "Doc, I feel light again. If you prep ahead, it becomes effortless. Wash and slice apples in lemon water so they don't brown. Portion blueberries into small containers so they're grab-and-go ready. Store fresh pineapple in airtight jars for up to 3 days." Tiny acts of preparation turn good intentions into lifelong results. But remember, food alone can't fix everything. It's the anchor, not the entire ship. Because what truly determines how your kidneys age isn't just what you eat. It's how you live every single day. And that's where we're heading next, into the lifestyle habits that take pressure off your kidneys, amplify healing, and can mean the difference between slow decline and full recovery. Now that you've learned how to feed your kidneys the right way, it's time to look beyond the plate. Because true healing doesn't just come from what you eat, it comes from how you live. Your kidneys are like two tireless workers cleaning up the waste your body produces every single second. When you overload them with stress, dehydration, or sleepless nights, it's like asking those same two people to work double shifts without rest. Eventually, even the strongest workers start to break down. So here's the truth: food is your foundation, but lifestyle is your multiplier. What you do daily can either speed up damage or unlock your body's ability to recover. Start with sodium control. You don't need to eat bland, but you do need awareness. Hidden salt hides in everything: bread, sauces, even so-called healthy snacks. Keeping your intake low helps lower blood pressure and eases the strain on tiny kidney vessels. Remember, every teaspoon of salt you cut out is another breath of relief for your kidneys. Next, focus on protein moderation. You've heard high protein builds muscle, but if your kidneys are already overworked, too much can raise nitrogen waste and push creatinine higher. Balance it instead. A few egg whites, tofu, or white fish portions spread through the day are enough. It's not about cutting protein, it's about spacing it wisely so your kidneys never get overloaded. Then there's hydration. Most people think more water is always better, but here's the nuance. The goal is balance, not drowning your system. Drink enough to keep your urine pale yellow, but stop chugging gallons thinking it'll flush toxins. Overhydration can dilute sodium levels and exhaust filtration. What your kidneys love most is steady, moderate hydration, like gentle rain, not a flood. And perhaps the most underestimated habit of all: stress and sleep. Chronic stress raises cortisol, and high cortisol spikes your blood pressure and blood sugar, both lethal to kidney health. Poor sleep does the same. When you sleep, your kidneys repair. When you skip it, they keep grinding without pause. Try this: 10 minutes of deep breathing before bed, slow inhalations for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. It activates your vagus nerve, a natural off switch for stress, and your kidneys will thank you in the morning. Finally, keep your blood sugar in check even if you're not diabetic. Stable glucose means stable kidney blood vessels. Pair every carbohydrate with protein or fat to slow absorption. Your goal isn't perfection, it's balance every single day. When you put these pieces together: controlled sodium, balanced protein, steady hydration, and stress mastery, your kidneys can finally exhale. The swelling fades, blood pressure calms, and energy returns. I've seen it happen countless times. People who were once told dialysis was inevitable found stability, even improvement, just by respecting these daily rhythms. So here's the takeaway: healing isn't about doing everything perfectly for a week. It's about doing the right things consistently for life. Because your kidneys aren't fragile, they're resilient. They've carried you through years of late nights, painkillers, fast food, dehydration, and they're still fighting for you. All they're asking is that you start fighting for them too. But before we close, there's one more thing you need to hear: the message that ties all of this together, the hope, the freedom, and the power you already have to rewrite your kidney story. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about your health, and that already sets you apart. Most people wait until their kidneys fail before they start fighting back. But you're taking action before it's too late. And that choice right there could change everything. Your kidneys are not broken, they're resilient. They've carried you through years of stress, late nights, dehydration, and poor diets, yet they're still working, still protecting you, still asking for one thing: consistency and care. Every apple you eat, every handful of blueberries, every cup of pineapple or red grapes, Each one is a small message to your body saying, I'm on your side. So here's my advice to you. Don't chase perfection, chase progress. Stay hydrated, keep your sodium in check, get good sleep, and treat your kidneys with the same patience they've shown you all these years. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen one small steady choice at a time. And if this video gave you even a spark of hope, don't let it fade. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder of what's possible. Share it with someone you love, because chances are someone close to you is quietly struggling with kidney issues and doesn't even know it yet. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell, because every week I share the latest science-backed tips, medical insights, and natural ways to protect your kidneys, from lowering creatinine to improving GFR, all explained simply, clearly, and with care. Remember, healing starts with awareness, but it continues with action. Your kidneys aren't just organs, they're partners. When you take care of them, they take care of you for the rest of your life. I'm Dr. Johnny, and I want you to know this. No matter what your lab results say, you are never powerless. Your body was designed to heal. And starting today, you've already taken the first step. So keep learning, keep caring, and keep believing. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care of your kidneys, because they've been taking care of you all along.